Hello fellow Ultimates and welcome back to my channel. It's Sensitive Deku and I'm back with another DR video. So on my past videos, I received a few comments asking about the audition tapes from V3, and since there seems to be a lot of confusion surrounding this topic, I thought I'd make a short video to offer my perspective on the situation and hopefully clear up some questions that you guys may have about this. Just gonna add a quick disclaimer that these are just my personal opinions and theories about the audition tapes, and I'm not saying that my word is 100% fact or canon, but I do have plenty of examples to back up my points. So with that being said, let's just start talking about the tapes. So in case you don't know what the audition tapes are, in the final trial of V3, the mastermind reveals that the entire cast were actually fans of the series and voluntarily signed up to join the 53rd Killing Game. To back up her point, Tsumugi presents 3 audition tapes featuring Kaede, Shuichi, and Kaito, and claims that the personalities they exhibit in these clips are their true self, aka before the fabrication process. Since these clips are important, I'll play all 3 for you right now.
Number 154. My name is... I've always been such a huge fan of Danganronpa and always wanted to be in one. If I were a contestant, I would want to be an ultimate detective. I know there's been a few in the past, and I've always loved those characters. So I would want to be one of them. But I don't have to be a detective. I'll be anything to be part of the show. And I mean that. Anything. I'd do anything to be part of Danganronpa. I promise, if I get selected, I will work as hard as I can. I will come up with the best, most gruesome murders, I promise. Everyone will love it.
I'm perfect for a killing game. I don't have any faith in humanity.
And who could forget Kaito's inspiring line? Cause the real Kaito said...
I'm not just gonna be in Danganronpa. I'm gonna kill everybody and win! Once I've got fame and fortune, I don't gotta worry about what's impossible.
Now, I definitely understand how this may have shocked many people, as all 3 students acted entirely out of character from the Ultimates we knew during the Killing Game. Tsumugi even goes on to say that when the students found out they were chosen for the Killing Game, they all celebrated and were extremely happy to be chosen. But was Tsumugi even telling the truth? And more importantly, are these tapes even real? Looking at V3's story as a whole, Tsumugi's claims just contradict the facts that we know, and I truly do believe that Tsumugi was definitely lying about these tapes. And we'll start with contradiction number 1. Tsumugi claims that the entire cast were fans of the Danganronpa series and were eager to apply for a spot on the show. But this clearly contradicts what we know happens in the prologue, because as we saw, Kaede didn't arrive at the Ultimate Academy by choice. She vividly recalls being kidnapped in broad daylight, and her actions and behavior during this scenario clearly shows that she was scared, confused, and definitely not here by choice. To further strengthen this point, I have more receipts. Shuichi himself also recalls getting kidnapped, and judging by everyone's apprehensive reactions when you first meet up in the gym, you can tell none of these students seem happy or excited to be here at all. The reactions that Tsumugi claims they had are clearly the polar opposites of what actually happened. None of them were celebrating or happy, they were confused and scared and wanted to know what the hell was going on. This all definitely makes me believe that Team Danganronpa kidnapped ordinary high school students and forced them to participate in a killing game, and as Tsumugi was lying about them signing up for it, because if she wasn't lying, why would she make up something that never even happened? I know some of you may say, well, why would Tsumugi lie? But I want to remind you guys that lying is not out of Tsumugi's character. She demonstrates in the main story multiple times that she is a known liar. From framing Rentaro's murder on Kaede, to feeding the survivors false memories with the flashback lights, to hiding her true intentions as the mastermind all along, lying has always been in Tsumugi's character, so it's quite possible and highly likely that she was lying about this as well. Now, all of this evidence against the tapes truly makes me question the authenticity of the tapes in the first place. As we already proved, Tsumugi already lied about the false Ultimates willingly signing up for the show, so if they didn't sign up, there's no way any audition tapes for them should exist. And if they did film these audition tapes, they would definitely remember because their memories were fabricated after their very first awakening, not before. Also, why would they need to kidnap the students if they willingly wanted to be there? Tsumugi, you thought you were slick, but I'm cutting through your word.
I'll cut your words!
Anyways, so these tapes shouldn't exist, and yet they do. And I'm sure some of you are probably asking me, well, if the students didn't film these audition tapes, who did? Personally, I believe it was Tsumugi, and I'll give you my reasons as to why I think this. As we know, Tsumugi is the ultimate cosplayer. So what if she was simply cosplaying as Kaede, Shuichi, and Kaito? I know the whole cospox thing might disprove this, but there's a major hole in Tsumugi's story even as far as that goes. Tsumugi claims that she gets cospox when she cosplays as real people, and used Kaede as an example, yet in chapter 6, Tsumugi claims that the characters of the Killing Game were all fiction, meaning that she should have had no problem cosplaying as Kaede back in chapter 1, as according to Tsumugi, Kaede was a fictional character. Obviously this is just my theory, but I do believe these contradictions were purposely left in the game so that we can call out Tsumugi on her lies, as well as give us a valid reason to discredit a lot of the things that she says. Hints found in-game even support this idea. The entire prologue's existence is probably my biggest piece of in-game evidence against Tsumugi, but my second biggest piece comes from Shuichi himself. If you recall, in the epilogue, Shuichi literally questions whether Tsumugi was being truthful or not, because he had caught on to the inconsistencies in her story. One, he points out the fact that Tsumugi called her plan for this killing game a flawless copy, which does somewhat implicate that she was basing it off of real events, i.e. the remnants of despair in Hope Speak Academy. Additionally, the game actually prompts you to go back and check out the prologue again, as they want you to be able to see just how much Tsumugi lied about the events that transpired. When the game itself is pretty much calling her a liar, it becomes clear to me that the idea of Tsumugi falsifying these audition tapes is a very real possibility. So these are pretty much all my reasons for why I don't believe the audition tapes are real, and I definitely do think it's just Tsumugi cosplaying as the others in these tapes, or at the very least, lying about the origin of the tapes in general. One little side note, someone pointed out that the hardwood seen in the tapes actually matches the hardwood in Tsumugi's ultimate lab, which could mean that Tsumugi filmed the tapes in her ultimate lab, because we never see the walls, only the floor. I don't know, that's just something a little bit interesting that I wanted to throw somewhere in here. I apologize for this video being a little bit shorter than usual, but if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're interested in more DR content like this. And let me know, do you guys like videos in this format? If so, I may do more in the future that are structured like this, so I'm pretty curious to hear what you guys think about that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with a brand new video. Bye!